What's up, guys? It's Black and back with some more RA content. We are done with R4 into Sir and his emerging domination. Not sure if he is going to be the best player, but I think he is going to be one of the top players. And I think over here we have somebody who's definitely going to be one of the top players. It is going to be Gargamel playing as France in his green color, and we can already see that his opponent is going to be none other than the tired and true Radical Centrist playing in his brownish color. This is not the best color in the world, but I kind of like it anyways. Looks like he's going to be Ukraine. We are going to be on patches once again. This like legendary map for what it is. Still can't remember if this has been modified or not, but 3 mine start and then a bunch of single patches. So is the name. And yes, it looks like they are talking about some former casts that we did. Lots of them have happened. I'm not sure when this cast was. It's been quite a while, and looks like Gargamel pushing some rifles out of here. Centrist getting the drop on Gargamel there, but both these guys actually run back. Centrist is going to get that engineer in. Gargamel is going to get that engineer in. We are going to be in a very even game. I assume both these guys on point with their refs. It's like a rocket coming out a little bit quicker for Gargamel. Radical Centrist pumping out some more rifles. Not a problem with that. We're going to have a little engagement here in the middle, right by this church perhaps. Nope, these guys are actually running parallel to each other. The rocket's coming out for Gargamel, but there's not going to be anything on the field just yet. Gargamel is going for a triple ref, where Radical Centrist is going for just a normal build. So it's going to be a war factor coming out a little bit after that ref is placed. Rifle coming in here, seeing this is captured. Both these guys actually missing these rifle scouts. Somehow this rifle also missing this rifle scout. Are these ones going to go? Nope. This one rifle scout is like perfectly positioned. He might actually get a snack on the engineer later, depending on where that engineer is. I do not see him. Oh, looks like he is going to go get refueled. So is this one as well, and the engineer is there in the middle. Radical Centrist going to be on top of this, sending 2 more rifles. Should be enough to deal with this. Gets the first shot, and he is dead. Now Gargamel is going to have the choice. Does he want to defend, or does he want to go over here? It looks like he wants to go over here. His engineer is at home, so I'm expecting this just to be a kill order. He's going to have a lot more infantry coming out here in just a second. It's going to be 39 over 31 for now, but that might be different when these tanks start coming out. You're going to see a Harvester coming out for Radical Centrist. About to see what Gargamel decides to build when that war factory is done in 15 seconds. Radical Centrist trying to get some hold here. Gets a few rifles for his trouble, but is going to lose that. But he does contain this, which is nice. And now he has his own rockets coming out. So this engineer is officially sidelined. I mean, he can maybe go snipe something, but due to the nature of this map and its extreme chokes, I do not expect something to happen like here. I do expect a lot of artillery in this game. I think that is going to be the move. Not sure how long the game went last time, but I don't feel like it was super long. We did not see that tier 2 artillery push slogfest that we typically do on maps like these. SD is out for Radical Centrist, and SD is coming out for Gargamel, so not going to be an MCV move out, at least not before that SD is out for Gargamel. Looks like he went triple ref into Harvesters, so this is quite an interesting build. SD is now out, and there is that MCV move out. So you know what, on this map it's probably a great idea. Oh, Radical Centrist is going to push over here. There is quite a lot of rockets, and that APC going for the crushes, not getting any crushes. Gargamel is going to like that advantage right there. That is a huge swing, actually. I feel like it is 74 over 35. So yeah, that extra ref and just continuously pumping out rockets and rifles is going to make all the difference there. And he has gone for medium tanks. So as I was saying with this, you know, it's really hard to get back into this main base if you control this side and this side. So popping out your first MC over here and then just sending an expansion MC on this side could be a very valid strategy. I'm not sure we'll see that from Radical Centrist. Now it looks like he's just going to move this one for now, try to grab some more land, which is always also a valid strategy. But I do see that there is a little flank over here. Gargamel being very cautious too, sending in some rifles and the tank ahead of this little army. I like that there's medic as well. This is a very nice strike package, but Radical Centrist has sniffed it out just briefly. He's got some rifles over there. Here's the tank too. Probably should adjust. Yes, he is going to send that back. That should be enough. He has MCV support as well, and there is a defense ready. Should not catch him anything here, but Radical Centrist is going to also see this army running through the middle, so he should be fine. He's very split up right now, and I think that could be a very dangerous proposal. Building another harvester out there, that is interesting. Wonder if that is a mistake. Oh, and the rockets leading the charge there. Yikes, that's not good. He just needs to sit in his base there. I know what he was wanting to do, but that is not great. And the scout harvester actually seeing that there is a large army coming through the middle. He's gonna have to rotate everything away. His MC is moving. Radical Centrist does have that MC advantage. That is another medium tank coming out for Gargamel, so it's gonna be a tough hold here, but I think he can do it. Flame tower goes down. Not getting great targets just yet. Now the army is in his main base. The SD is probably going to go down. There is an engineer. It can go in and save that. Yes, does save it temporarily. Does force a stall off though. And now this war factory is actually under threat, which has nothing building out of it because it was a tank. But I think Radical Centrist is going to be able to hold here. He's probably going to lose this war factory. Sells off the war factory. What a bold move. But with this, I think the army values are actually going to even out quite a significant amount. Another attack over here by Gargamel. This game might actually be over quicker than I thought it would be. Gargamel is now going to push here into the soft underbelly of this free ref. He has been on the advantage for quite a while now. His army value is still ahead of Radical Centrist, which is kind of crazy. But there's one thing I know about Radical Centrist, it is that he is a cockroach and will live through this if you let him. You have to properly macro off the back of this, and I think Gargamel might be in a little bit of trouble there. He's on 1 MC. He has properly crawled to this corner, so he does have a lot of access to ore. But the problem is once this dries out, he's going to have a little bit of problem. He does have another flank over here, and he is sending that tank back, which I like as well. But I mean, Radical Centrist has a lot of harvesters as well. He's not quite out of this game. He has access to this 4 spot. This army is going to run into double flame tower. Yikes. Triple flame tower now, and now it is perfectly skewered between these two armies. Radical Centrist can take a nice little advantage there, but loses the last rocket. Is that one hiding behind another troop? I think it is. There is 1 rocket in that squad, which is kind of crazy. 5 harvesters over here, so Radical Centrist is also going to be starved for eco pretty soon, but Gargamel pushing it a little too hard right now. I feel like he's just letting Radical Centrist, you know, go back and forth in defense. This tank wants to stay out of this fight. War Factor is back up, but it's actually under threat again. Barracks going down, but you know what? That's fine. APC coming out now. It would be the time for the crush run, and that is exactly what it does. Does not get any crushes, but does stop the rockets from shooting. And I think this war factory is once again going to go down. APC goes down as well. But Gargamel has paid heavily for this. That is another large army gone, and now the army values have swung 10k basically over 7k. So not huge, and Gargamel is once again pushing down here. I think he probably has enough to burst through here. It would be hard. Trying to camp with the rockets. That one is just a little bit out of range. That one lives. Maybe you can go back in the pillbox. Going to shave some of that off. Tank flank over here. But again, Radical Centrist is just going to sit in his base, build another war factory, and just do nothing because that's all he can do. Gargamel has properly, looks like, built another MCV. Yes. And is expanding on the back of this. So I think he's going to be in a very strong position. Not going to lose too much at all. This rocket trying to find a little spot that he can sit. I think he can get all the way up to here without getting shot, but that is also very close. That splash could just kill it. Harvester long distance mining. Tank in the back, but again, we have some flamethrowers coming out here from Radical Centrist. Just did not expect that. Rocket is taking a few pieces of that harvester off. Another free tank donated. And what is going to be Gargamel's response to this is just going to be macro up and grab more. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. I would love to see some tech though. I think some tech here. Maybe a turret would also be really good. Tank coming down here. Tesla coil probably can be coming up. It looks like Radical Centrist might be abandoning this base now. I mean, sure, why not? He's got plenty of flame towers there. He's going to probably expand here, drop a ref, and then maybe move this main MCV out. Gargamel is letting him back into this. The pressure has stopped, which I get. His economy was probably in the gutter as well. See that it was, Radical Centrist went up, down, Gargamel just kind of staying a little bit more steady. Army value went high, and then now Radical Centrist has that nice little lead. That'll probably stay for now another minute or so before the economy really affects Radical Centrist. The flame tower, I don't think they can actually kill a harvester. That'd be pretty funny if they could. APCs are out, SD is out, so I expect more heavy tanks on the way, and indeed they are. Now that this is established, where's Radical Centrist going to go? Is he going to go here, or is he just going to kind of counterattack her now? Gargamel is set up. Radical Centrist actually has a decent defense here too. He's got some scouts down here. Nice little wall and concave ready up. MCV is leading the charge with his APCs. APC is going to get a kill on Harvesters. You don't really see that ever, but they definitely can do this. He looks like he's trying to just block it from going, but he should just try to shoot it down. I think they can do it. Oh, Radical Centrist moving out at a bad time just as Gargamel attacks. That was the last thing he wanted, and now this defense is precarious. He's going to have to rotate away. He's got some APCs coming in, and the crushes could make all the difference here. Oh, he just misses on the crushes, but I think he's going to get some great ones on the way out. And yes, he does. Yes, he does indeed. Those are some fantastic crushes. Somehow those APCs still surviving as well. One finally going down. And that is another huge swing, 15k over 10k. So that is a little bit over 50% more. Gargamel is now on the back foot for sure, but he's still in a strong position. He has a lot of eco, and yes, he has teched up to tier 2. That is important. 4 medium tanks over here on this left side, but again, Radical Centrist can deal with this. He's got army rotating over. These tanks are going to have to get out of dodge, getting only a flame tower for free. It looks like the harvester mining operations on this left side have been shut down. Ooh, nice little tank going down there too. And a ref dropped for Radical Centrist, so now he's really kind of stabilized. He's in only a little bit worse position than Gargamel. Gargamel up to tier 2, maybe tier 3 coming out. Have not quite seen it. Probably take a look. Nope, not yet, but he is going to grab some more land. But again, he has to be very careful because Radical Centrist is now going to be moving out and pushing on this side as well. Another tank flame getting caught here. But there is only one rocket, lots of flame troopers though, and this is a huge ball of army. But where are the tanks? They are not quite there just yet. I feel like it's been a bad day to be a tank driver in this game. Gargamel trying to push down here. That's a little bit far. With the artillery support, he might be okay. I do hear another artillery, nice little back. That is going to send Radical Centrist back, at least with his infantry. Trying to hunt down that artillery, smart move there, but there was just a little bit too much for him. Now this army is here in the middle. There's an artillery, so this could be pretty good for Gargamel. First shot, not that great. Second shot, going to be pretty good. Yes, that was fantastic. Gargamel is going to take some catch up here, but he's going to take a lot of damage as well. He's still pushing. These artillery are perfectly nestled. Now there is 3 of them in there, 4 of them on the flank. That probably will even things out. 13 over 11. Yeah, that is pretty damn close. This MCV is not deployed. Oh, and now Radical Centrist does see it just as it deploys. But you know what? That MCV is going to be under a lot of trouble. It's going to take a lot of damage, and this heavy tank is on top of it. It should be able to get away. Radical Centrist does properly switch to that flame, or the pillbox rather. Gargamel is going to actually still pushed back here. He doesn't have anything. Oh, that turret will shut this down. Radical Centrist should probably retreat. He's going to try to kill the ref. There is a secondary ref over there, which should be matter. Helipad going to go down over here. Is that his only helipad? It might be. Right before Blackhawk comes out. Unfortunate right there. Man, there is so many flame troopers. These ref are not going to last very long. And now he retreats as that ref goes down. Just attack over here. Somehow still with staying power, but now Radical Centrist is going to get pushed back into the bosom of his flame towers. There's only 2 of them here, so Gargamel still can push through him. Flame towers have not been getting that much value. Secondary flame tower over here focuses down the medium tank. Probably a smart decision there. And with that, this attack is going to stall out, but it did kill the ref, which is important. Now there is a harvester over here sharing this ore from each other, the last unmined ore spot that is not contested. I guess this one is kind of contested, but not really. They're both kind of free. Artillery going to be laying down siege onto that ref. Probably going to get a flamethrower for their trouble as well. But hello, here are 3 heavy tanks, and they do not care about your turret. He should just focus down that turret. Yes, he's probably going to... No, nice micro there on the tank, and a 4th one coming in. As there's another attack over here, but again, Radical Centrist having great position, getting on the flank, heavy tank shooting on that artillery, cleaning up a lot of that stuff. And now once again, Gargamel is pushed back. This guy has no quit in his game. And Gargamel is up to the challenge of it, I believe. Yak's coming out, so we have tier 2 out for Radical Centrist as well. Another medium tank going down. There's so many flamethrowers over here again. Blackhawk in the air, but it gets targeted down by the rockets there. Artillery up to Vegetable 2 and pushes Radical Centrist back again. So it is just a slog that we expected. The artillery making a huge difference here. Now the MCV is getting pushed up again. Looks like it's going down to the corner, probably trying to establish there. There's only flame towers, so turret properly positioned could get rid of those. Has to be wary of these Yaks though. No V2s out for Radical Centrist, and I think that might be a difference maker. But if we get to tier 3, we start seeing some Iron Curtain, that could be great as well. Another engineer being built. That is quite interesting. So artillery going to be laying siege. Radical Centrist is just going to move around. I see that there is a yak going, probably going to snipe these stuff out. No AA guns quite yet. Oh, a little flank over here, but unfortunately, just a bad conga line right into that pillbox. Yikes. He's losing so much stuff there, and he has no need to. Man, that pillbox getting so much value. A bunch of tanks over here for free. Oh, the Yaks are trying to burn down that MCV. I don't think they have quite enough. But Gargamel is going to be able to retain that for now. Meanwhile, this attack over here with MCV support is rooting out Gargamel over there. AA gun finally coming down. But that should be the end of that. Blackhawk will be able to clean up majority over here. There will going to be a few tanks. But Gargamel has a plenty size army coming with him. This was definitely a mistake. We got a 5 stack of engineers. If they capture something, that'd be great. You can just run them straight through. Honestly, they might actually get something. 2 heavy tanks here, likely to go down, and I think Gargamel is going to be able to push Radical Centrist back out of here. It's going to be a very temporary hold for him. This Blackhawk actually in excellent position, seeing basically all he needs to see. 1 heavy tank going down there as well. Ooh, we're setting up a little response over here. That probably will be his next spot. Both these guys not being able to get up to tier 3. I think they are pretty starved on the economic front. Actually, Radical Centrist somehow with a 4K float. You don't see that quite at all, but you can see that the dips and dives, the valleys and the peaks in the economy just kind of show to the nature of this map. And he's going to push on this last side bar. Radical Centrist gets pushed on the right side here. There's a bunch of engineers. They might do something. Highly doubt it. But, man, the Yak Swarm is getting up in big numbers right now. That could be a bit of a problem for Gargamel. MCV is coming back down at a timely time, too. Oh, the engineers go down. Unfortunate. 1 Yak goes down as well. It looks like over here is getting cleaned up, but there is an artillery supported. The Yaks go in just as I miss them, of course. Looks like Radical Centrist will hold on this right side. Radical Centrist will be pushed back on this left side as well, so Blackhawks thinking about killing a RAF and then targeting Pounce Fire Plant. Probably a better choice there. Now it's going to be a Harvester Graveyard on this left side as well. 1 more going down. Nope. Going to get into that safety of these 3 flame towers. But I think they can still get pushed back with some good artillery shots right there. And that is going to be start sieging. MCV support as coming as well. So this will be Gargamel's position. This top area for Radical Centrist also getting pushed away. Nothing but medium tanks. Might lose another medium tank now. Does kill the guard. Flame tower first. Gets Harvester as well. Oh, that MCV is in precarious position right here. There's a Yak trying to sniff it out. And there's an AA gun here. I think it does not have the range, but it goes in front of the ref and does kill that Yak. Where are we sitting right now? The float is still there for Radical Centrist a little bit. Tier 3 out? No, not yet. I see a SAM sign being built, which is quite interesting. Where is he going to deploy that? Probably right here. Maybe over here. Looks like he already has one over here. This game is 18 minutes in, and I don't think it is anywhere close to over. Flak starting to come out. Is there a bunch of air for Gargamel? I have not seen. Well, there is a 5 stack there. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. Second War Factory out for him. Does Radical Centrist have that? No, he does not. You know, this is a scenario where I don't think you actually want this second War Factory, at least not without full barracks production. You know, you probably want like only 4 barracks. I think there's 1, 2, only 2 barracks, so that's probably gonna get away with it. There's just not enough money to run on this map. Parabombs getting called down onto that A gun. That's gonna allow these Yaks to come in if they choose. It's like the Blackhawks did try to kill that radar, did not quite have enough. Paradrop over here, gonna get a Harvester, maybe? Nope, Gargamel does quickly pull it away. Now looks like there is gonna be a big attack here. This Yak is in trouble, but there is an A gun, gets 1 Yak, gets 2 Yaks. But I think Radical Centrist still has what he needs here. It's nothing but medium tanks, and I think that is gonna be the problem. There is only like 1 and like a quarter tank for Radical Centrist here though, so this pillbox is going to get some value in it. The second War Factory going to go down. 1 more tank going to come out, probably just to its death. Yes, it does come out. Oh, it's an artillery. Gets the shot off. Gets nothing but rifles though, which is a little unfortunate there. That is a nice little win for Radical Centrist. Some tier 3 I think would be really good. Looks like he's building another radar drum. Did it go down? Yes, it did. I think what you really want is just icy here. Mammoth tanks would actually not be super bad if you could get up to 4 war factory. I think that would be a case for dropping down to like 2 Raxes, going 4 rack factory would be really good. You just don't want to overspend. There is tier 3. It is finally out. GPS is going to be huge for this game. It'll allow Gargamel to see where exactly Radical Centrist is soft. Looks like he has sounded himself that he is pretty soft on this left side. A large amount of medium tanks just running roughshod through the base. They don't really care about flame towers as long as they keep moving. Oh, this flak killing a few of those Blackhawks, which is nice. This tank, or this MCV rather, is instantly toast. Should probably not have undeployed. Oh, but this flak actually tracking down all those Blackhawks. That is great. Little kill there. Tier 2 is going to go back down for Gargamel, or Radical Centrist rather. I'm not sure if he can hold this. He's pulling the goalies. The Harvesters are going on a crushing spree, but yeah, they get a decent crash there. Decent crush. But I think this is the majority of his army is locked up on this right side. Ooh, that was a fantastic V2 shot. There's still quite a few medium tanks here that they don't really have any good targets anymore. They will eventually go down, but I don't think it matters anymore. Gargamel is in a precarious spot. Well, Radical Centrist is pushing over here. There's a single artillery. It's going to make all the difference. There's a flak as well, and it is up to Veterancy 2. That was a nice shot. Tier 3 is going to stay. That MCV is going to be able to deploy again. I don't know if this Blackhawk can do it. No, it barely does. Or was it the pillbox that did it? I'm not sure. It looks like Radical Centrist will not be able to push through there. Tanya sitting as well. She doesn't really have any good targets, though. Maybe put her in a pillbox and just kind of forget about her. Man, this game is going to go on again. There is some yaks. That is basically all of his army. Longbows are starting to come out too, and there's a flak transition here, so the air is actually not going to be that great. I think all he really wants from this is GPS. Chronosphere would also be pretty good if he could get to it. Yak trying to take on this turret. Flame towers are shooting on the wrong thing. I don't think they could actually reach. This Harvester probably going to go down in just a second here. Rifle's going to focus on that turret as well. Hello, longbows. A little bit of friendly fire over there. Refinery is going to go down, but I like that Gargamel is just constantly moving around this MCV, just replacing refs, basically what you kind of have to do on this map. Spy plane goods dropped down. I think it was just to see what was over there. And spoiler alert, there was not. Freshly placed Harvester does get pushed right into a ball of infantry. And this ref will go down, but well, you know what? There's not a whole lot here. If he kills this egg on these yaks and go in. Oh, finds a bunch of soft infantry, which is nice, but that AA gun still up, kills 3 yaks. That's definitely not worth it. Gonna get a Harvester for his trouble and a little bit of infantry, but oh man, that was a little bit rough. Could have been handled a little bit better right there. Somehow these guys still have a very even army value. Oh, it looks like it is an attack move over there. Tanya just running straight into the gauntlet. Radical Centrist getting pushed back again. Somehow, you know what? He's not out of here. Here's eventually 1 yak. You don't see that too often. A lot of juicy targets for him. He could find Tanya and some free artillery if he does not waste his ammo. And yes, he's going to see other artillery. He sees Tanya. Can I see more artillery? No, he's just going to go back home for now. Up to Vengeance. Almost looked like it was 2, but not quite. Longbow going down. 2 bunch of rockets. Not great right there. Now Radical Centrist has to be very careful. He might get lured into a trap here if he pushes. Like he really just needs to stabilize his eco and get back onto more ore spots, because Gargamel definitely has a little bit of advantage there. Paratroopers called down here in this corner. Probably will get a Harvester, but I don't think Harvesters are the problem right there. There's 12 Harvesters for Gargamel. He can just afford to send another one in its place. Does retreat that Harvester just to send another Harvester to its death? No, he retreats that one as well. And again, just moving this MCV constantly, dropping refs. The right thing to do right there. Satellite does go off, and he sees that, yes, there is a large army over here, so he's probably going to rotate, yes, everything over here. Oh, that was a nice play. Going to get tier 3 as well, just as that GPS was terminated. Nice play. Probably could have used those pair bombs over here. Oh, we see those longbows killing a tank, almost killing the SD. This army is actually kind of trapped, and Gargamel is doing the right thing, screening it with air units. 2 flaks trying to hunt down those, but they run into this army, which actually lets Radical Centrist know that he needs to retreat out of there. He needs some yaks. They are refueling, and there is an A gun here. This could be very dangerous. He's going to get pushed into this corner. Can the yaks save him in time? I think they can. There is 4 artilleries, but there is an A gun right here. There's 1. There's 2. Oh, the yak getting a nice crash on that MCV as well. There is 2 more yaks. Is he going to suicide him over? No. There is some flaks over here, and that will be his saving grace. Nice spy plane as well. Gets on top of those artillery, and now the artillery are neutralized. And suddenly this battle is going to change. Radical Centrist is going to get a nice round here on Gargamel. It does not matter about the concave. He has way more units than he needs. And all of this is going to go down. Tanya is in the mix, though. That could be very dangerous. But that is a nice little swinger over there. 17 over 11k. So Gargamel is getting pushed back against. Oh, he's going to push in here. But he's not killing Tanya. He's focusing on just an attack move right there. The axe going to suicide. No, it's going to get taken down by the flaks themselves. Does not need the yaks. And now he can go back in there. There is not much to stop this. Gargamel is suddenly in a very, very interesting position. The yaks are getting up into speed. And then tier 2 is going to go down as well. What a fantastic play by Radical Centrist right there. That is going to seriously hurt, being reduced back down to tier 1.5. But the MCV does critically get away. Blackhawk getting some nice value as well. Eventually going to go down. Does it get a good crash? No, it does not. But the Harvesters get some crushes on their way out. Man, Gargamel is suddenly in a very, very hard position. I like that he's constantly moving down this MCV. Another War Factory coming down here. That is interesting. He does have these corners, but Radical Centrist is starting to stabilize, and that army value is just huge. 12k over 10k, and a lot of it is in tanks. Oh, longbow. Trying to hunt down these yaks, but they're just a little too fast. Can he do it? He can shoot. Oh, I think he just missed on the attack move right there. These yak gonna get out of dodge for now. I think Gargamel's biggest problem is he just hasn't really focused on one area. He needs to just kind of focus on, like, say, this MC right here, take all of his stuff, and just base push with it. You know, A gun, Tanya, artillery, and just crawl, crawl, crawl. He's been kind of hitting back and forth. I mean, to be fair, Radical Centrist has also been pushing him back and forth, so it's not like he has been playing imperfectly and Radical Centrist has been taking advantage. I think Radical Centrist has just been playing a really good game. This War Factor is going to go down. It is going to sacrifice a ton of infantry for this, though. But I think Radical Centrist is okay with that trade. It is going to even out the army values, but hey, what can you say? Cash for both these guys is just abysmal. Both these guys constantly stalling. But there is quite a few yaks out here for Radical Centrist. And is there a lot of A guns? I don't think there is a lot of A guns anymore. Just one on this backside. Could be another large swath of infantry going down here. Could be another radar snipe. Could be a lot of stuff. Gets an artillery for free, because yeah, why not? Get another one, sure. Is he going to go down, kill the War Factory? Nope, kills the SD, nice. It's going to queue up nothing but artillery. There's a large power bank over here. That could be a great position. Longbow is going to try to track this down, but he's just going to fly out, I assume. Maybe get this ref. Yeah, that would be an excellent choice as well. Just shut down, make that long distance mining, and then go back home and refill. A guns are vital. Longbow getting one of those yaks before they get away. I think just dropping some A guns everywhere is necessary. He's got plenty of pillboxes anyways. He has to deal with these, and the longbows are not quite fast enough unless they're just sitting on guard stance. Maybe some scattered rocket soldiers could pick them off, but if he can shut down these attacks, that would be good. Radical Centrist is now going to try to push into this left corner. His ground army is basically the same size as his air force, which you don't typically see. Gargamel is doing the right thing right here. I think he's like condensing all of his army into one, basically, except for a lot of rockets are over here and not a lot in here. Could probably use those, but again, the yaks are scary. Does not want to move out from underneath Aegon support. But if Radical Centrist wants to push right into this, he can. He's going to use the yaks, but the yaks are coming out the wrong angle. Does not matter. With some good target fire, he was able to clean up a large amount of that infantry. And it's just a slaughter for both sides. But again, the Air Force for Radical Centrist does survive. Oh, the tier 2 yak is probably going to go down to a single rocket. Oh, it still lives. The rocket goes down. Please send this back to an SD. It's so valuable. SD is now pushing towards the middle, but hello, there's a tank and infantry support. Gargamel should be okay, and he is dropping A guns, which is nice. Now these yak attacks are going to be a little bit less effective. Archer's competing for the corner, sending a few rockets over there. I love that. Now the Air Force for Gargamel is going to find some juicy targets. The problem is there is some flax out for him as well. But it's like they're out of position. Yeah, he could absolutely go in. Might as well. Oh, misses the rockets a little bit. That's okay. Now he's got to get out of dodge because the flax are on top. 1 Blackhawk going down. 2 Blackhawks going down. Can I see 3? No, I do not. And those flax have been so good for Radical Centrist. Harvester on this backside, gonna get pushed back. Radical Centrist had the same idea, except I think Gargamel has a little bit better position. It's okay, he's just gonna crawl that MCV forward. Parabomb's going down, getting rid of the A gun. Oh, that is in peril. Another A gun does go down, which is nice. It looks like he did repair this. Thank you, Radical Centrist. I love it. Oh no, it was a different one. Repair this one. This one is also a Veterancy 2. Tank coming in here to scout and see. Oh my god, there's a lot of here. I'm backing out right there. But the Air Force is almost recharged. It can come in here. This could be very dicey. I'm not sure if Radical Centrist can handle this, but I'm not sure if Gargamel really wants to push in here. That A-gun just on the outside of that. Yes, now he's doing the right thing right here. Sitting with artillery support under A-gun and just keeping your whole army there. It keeps Radical Centrist pinned over here. The only thing he really did to break this is tier 3 with that Iron Curtain push. Occasionally trying to snipe these artillery. But these flax have been a menace for him. Every time he tries to get them, just finds a soft little angle right there. You know, it looks like we might be having a pretty big showdown here in just a second. There's a lot of rockets over here. Flak just doing a little scout run, getting it cleaned up by their artillery and everything. And hello, artillery, meet your doom. I have a tank. Worth sacking that heavy tank. Now he can think about pushing if he really wants to. Looks like Gargamel is also pulling a lot of harvesters over here. Is this extra harvesters? I'm not sure. Probably is. But it is going to be definitely a push coming soon. But the Yaks are waiting. If he pushes too quickly without A-gun support, this could be very bad. But I think he's going to enjoy this engagement for now. 1 Yak already going down. That's actually huge. There's 2 more coming on this right side. Where is Radical Centrist's army? I think it actually might just be all Yaks. Another Yak going down. Not getting the angle he wants, but now the angle will be there. Yes, a lot of the infantry going down. Just enough infantry to keep him alive, I think. He's going to lose some more harvesters here. Radical Centrist is going to hold that. He's got infantry coming as well. Another flame tower would be critical. Might be losing a little bit too much infantry here. But no, it looks like Gargamel is deciding that he is done with this fight. He's done what he wanted. He's going to retreat. Send these tanks back as well. But accidentally sacrificing 2 more in their stead. So he's going to be up a net 1 tank right there. Unless this one dies as well. But that was probably worth it. I think, you know, Radical Centrist's army is now half of what Gargamel's is. He has a forward SD perhaps. Because I think the other one got killed and he's up to tier 3 again. Blackhawk's coming in right now. This could be really good. I don't think there's any flex left. Tier 3 is out for Radical Centrist right now. So killing this radar, not going to be the biggest thing. Iron Curtain is trying to come. He's just super broke. Longbow killing this Testicola as well, which is locking down this. That is nice. Sells it off. And now Gargamel is in a strong position. Can he do it? I think he can. He was on the back foot for quite a while. And man, the cockroach that is Gargamel. Cockroach that is Radical Centrist and Gargamel, both of them just refusing to die. Yes, he is running all the way away. Gonna come up to this right side. Is he down to 1 MCV? He might be down to 1 MCV. Yaks killing a helipad. Is there another helipad? No, it does not look like there is another helipad. I think another artillery going down there. I did see that there is a radar jammer. That's the first thing we've seen. I can't remember what France is. Is it the Gap Jammer or is that England? They get phase transport, right? Phase transport, probably not the best thing. Maybe some sneaky Tanya stuff could be good, but host of medium tanks coming in here. Another flak, getting some more Blackhawks. Yikes. And Gargamel has to be careful here. He has a large tank army, but there is nothing but infantry here. And if he squanders that away, Radical Centrist will come back again. 3 harvesters over here in precarious position, but it looks like Radical Centrist not focusing on them at all. Looks like he's a little bit too worried about getting counterattacked right now. Nothing on this right side. This turret is going to shut down that harvester though, which is nice for Gargamel. Icy is out, so now we are on the 2-minute countdown. Oh, but these medium tanks have found a nice little soft spot here. Going to get one harvester, probably two. Yes, I think this one will go down. Oh, just not on top of it. Another paradrop over here. Gonna get a harvester as well, maybe two. Oh, the rocket's just outside. Nice control there from Gargamel. Saving those two harvesters, that will be nice. I don't think he sees this Iron Curtain, so he will not be aware of it. That could be a big problem. I just don't think Radical Centrist has the army to deal with it anymore. Are we going to see an APC drop at minute 35? That would be insane. I think we actually might. There's a lot of rockets over there, or maybe it's just a bad queue. Medium tanks over here. Is the IC ready? No, it's a minute left, so Radical Centrist pushing a little bit hard. Parabombs over here. Oh, not going to get Tanya, but does do a little bit of damage. Yeah, he needs to retreat. I think he did see that there's Tanya there, so that is an excellent retreat choice. The Air Force is decimated, not quite full. It looks like he's just switching to APCs. Maybe he just doesn't feel like he can have it. But you know what? Mammoth tanks I think would be fantastic. Oh, the testicle is just outside. But does have plenty of rocket support over here. Should not be a problem for him. Clean up this pillbox as well. Looks like Gargamel is focusing somewhere else in the meantime, sending over his Air Force to deal with this. But I think Radical Centrist has got what he wanted, which is basically just access to this ore patch. This one not being utilized. Yeah, killing Tanya over here. But I think Gargamel is fine with that. Just needs an artillery to sit nice, nestled under these AA guns, and I think he'll be okay. That is a lot of rockets. A lot of juicy value. Every shot is going to count. And the Black Hawk going down, but getting all the rockets was worth it. APC is not going to be a threat over here. Gonna lose their artillery to the flak, but hey, that's fine. I think that flak did its job. Looks like this flak is actually so fast that mediums can't actually track it down. This engineer from minute one still here somehow. Did not expect that. Which is going to be a scouting party. The longbow will shut that down. Now we are setting up for take two of the big push. I don't think Radical Centrist can stop at this time. He does have IC, but he only has a small number of units to put it on, and I'm sure it is ready this time. Yes, it is. GPS is also ready. Radical Centrist is going to go in. Is that a plus? Oh, he's got to use it now, but his infantry's in front. He does use it. I just don't think it's enough. Gargamel does not care. He has more than enough here. He's actually going to retreat, which is surprising. He could definitely just push in. Maybe just waiting for that IC to wear out and knows that he has the advantage. Totally possible. I think this is starting to get out of the range of Radical Centrist mounting to come back here, but it is not over until it is over. As long as this IC stands, as long as there's an angle of attack, Radical Centrist will be there. But unfortunately, it looks like every angle of attack is getting shut down. Gargamel is just slowly bleeding this map dry and turning everything into green. Tanks are moving through right now. And Radical Centrist is going to have one final stand. It looks like IC is not going to be ready for about another minute and 30. Can he hold out for that long? I'm not sure if he can. Well, if Gargamel loses all of his infantry, he could. There's a single radar jammer, and that's actually going to be so important. But now there's a heavy tank joining the fight. The radar jammer is getting a little out of pocket. Forces the cell off of the airfield. Is this a demo truck? That would be absolutely amazing. It is not. It is finally Mammoth take time. A little too late. Gargamel is now pushing in. But he is pushing from every angle and losing stuff on the reinforcements. Gonna kill another airfield for his trouble. It looks like Radical Centrist is going to hold on for now. But I think it is just a temporary hold. As soon as these guys regroup, he can go back in again. The Air Force for Gargamel cleaning up the defenses on this left side as well. That is brutal. And now he just retreats, repairs, rearms, refits. And he's probably going to get pushed again. Even getting a harvester for the trouble on the left side. That is nice. Mammoth tanks, I think, would have been nice earlier. I think it's a little too late for now. And he really needs to be able to have like 4 war factories to pump him up. Otherwise, he can just get out macroed by the medium tanks. It looks like Gargamel has found a nice little MCV spot on this. Radical Centrist is going to push over here, but it's just not going to matter. IC goes down, great. But Tanya's there, so infantry are less of a concern. And losing his MCV, I think that might be his second MCV. And a lot of his power plant. So this attack, not going to be worth it. Tanya's just going to wait for the IC to run off, and that will be that. And he has nothing to stop this. Harvester's going down, defense is going down, power going down. He's got a lot of rockets in his main base, so maybe there's a chance. I'm just not sure. He's going to rotate this army away now, try to defend this right side. But I think Gargamel has done what he's wanted. Moving the MCV, as always. You can see the brilliance in this guy's play, just constantly going for these ore patches. Just long distance mining that one. There is quite a lot of medium tanks for him to deal with. I mean, he's got the rockets to deal with them for sure, but can he deal with the artillery? Artillery focusing in the fire into the shadow of war. Gonna get that harvester for his trouble and see that he has indeed killed everything over there. Longbow is gonna make sure nothing else over there. And I think this might be the final stand. We're 30 seconds away from another IC usage. Can he time it correctly in time? Our next Centrist has nothing but rockets over here, which makes sense because he's got basically nothing but rockets to deal with. Longbow's gonna focus down that tier 2. Losing 2 longbows for it, probably not worth it, but I think it's just gonna pull Radical Centrist out of position just a little bit. Tanya coming over here would be absolutely fantastic since there is nothing but rockets. Right now he's pushed in. Radar Jammer nestled in here with 4 artillery and a plethora of medium tanks. I don't think there's much Radical Centrist can do except for look at his demise. I expect him to play this out though. One flak could deal with all this, but again, there's a Radar Jammer and a few tank contingent over here. I love this little split. And both these guys actually responding to the split relatively well. Trying to go for the artillery, but needs to focus on that Radar Jammer. I think that's the bigger one. Hello, medium tanks, meet rockets. I see getting called down on a single heavy tank too, but just don't think it's going to be worth it. Radical Centrist is trying to push in, but the artillery is still alive. One of them finally going to go down. Gargamel just baiting him away right back into his defensive lines. Now without that IC, he's going to be in that much dire straits. He is down to 2 harvesters, 3 harvesters. Getting a harvester there, which is nice. And now getting into this line a little bit. Again, Radar Jammer on top of all this, making all the difference right here. Longbows coming in, killing that tank. Probably going to get the APC as well if they want. But there is the GG. What a fantastic game. 42 minutes. Both these guys going back and forth the entire time. I thought Radical Centrist had it for a minute. I thought Gargamel had it for quite a long minute. And in the end, he did. So, fantastic play there, boys. That was a wonderful game to cast. And that is going to be it for this week. And I will see you all next time.
Battle control terminated.